the world is pretty much coming to an end. We're on the brink of World War III. It's, you know what I mean? There's 100 billion fighter jets, Syria, us and them, Taiwan and China, Russia and the Ukraine, Israel and Palestine. I mean, I don't know whose side to be on. I've been propagandized. I thought one thing 3 days ago, and then Paul said, no. What you heard is the complete opposite of what's actually going on. So now I don't know if Paul's telling me the truth or if like the news or the podcasters are telling me the truth. Some people are on this side. Some people are on that side. I don't know what to believe anymore. And like, we could just roll with like Justin's philosophy of like, hey, it doesn't affect us directly, but like, maybe it's kind of sort of, it does. I'm not sure. But like, if it doesn't, just like, don't look at it. But like, I have to because it's there and it's out there. And it's on Twitter and I see it. It's my job kind of. So like, I kind of have to know what's going on and I like to know what's going on. But like, at the end of the day, it kind of feels like I don't understand anything. And what I'm being told isn't honestly what's happening to begin with. So careful where you get your sources and information of the news, because what they've been saying allegedly is not like what actually is happening, I guess. And it's like the opposite. And like who we thought were the good guys are now the bad guys. Now the bad guys are the good guys, but like no one's really good guys because we're all just killing each other. And it's kind of, let's reflect on our impending doom that awaits us all. Listen, just imagine for a second, if you will, and if you look outside, it might already be here depending on when you're listening to this. A world where the economy is not just on a downward spiral, but it's doing somersaults, barrel rolls, and triple axles on its way down. We're talking about an economic catastrophe so severe that it literally makes Black Friday shopping look like a casual stroll in the park. And we're not talking like the early weeks of Black Friday. We're talking like the old school, we had to get up at 4 a.m. on Friday. 4 a.m. on Friday, not 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving, 4 a.m. on Friday, just to get in line for that Best Buy deal. But now it's all just a hoopla. Let's see who's open on Thanksgiving. The woke companies are and some aren't. And it's just like now, like that. When I say it makes Black Friday look like a walk in the park, that's what I mean. Not like all of the online deals that you can just get now whenever, sometime in November and December, whenever Amazon decides to give you 80% off. You know what I mean? I know what you're thinking. Like, how bad, Levi? How bad could this be? Like, how terrible is it actually going to get? Well, according to analyst studies, scientists, history, and basically the fact that Paul has convinced me to believe that we need to know history so we can tell when it's repeating itself, because it basically is. How bad can it be? Well, listen, your families aren't just going to be tightening their belts this holiday season. They're going to be selling everything from furniture to, their on the streets. Listen, they're probably going to be popping that on the street corners this holiday season. I'll try to keep it PG-13, but it's going to get bad. Like, you're going to have to sell your $1,000 couch on Facebook Marketplace at an extravagant loss, probably upwards of 90 to 98%. You're looking at maybe $80 for your $3,000 couch. And that $80 is going to get you through the next 3 to 7 weeks, because that's how bad things are about to get, okay? Pictures your relatives having to hit the streets, peddling everything they have, opening up their coat jackets like, what do you need? What do you got? What do you need? What do you got? $3? I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, picture your families. Like, you're going to have to form a Gary V business strategy on this one to come together and make money this holiday season, because no one's got it. Okay. And so as the economy goes down and inflation goes up, it doesn't stop there. Oh no, my friends, it does not stop there, okay? We're not just talking your run-of-the-mill economic shutdown. This is the kind of catastrophe that puts you on a first-name basis with famine and disease. Picture chaos in the streets, civil unrest, and violence so intense that even the action movie heroes and the people who did January 6th and the people who did, the COVID riots and all of the other attacks that have happened throughout this country, they'll just be like, walks in the park, like, no thanks, I'll pass kind of situations. It's going to get bad, okay? Authorities and institutions will lose credibility faster than politicians' promises during election years. And just when you think it can't get any worse, enter the ragtag militias that are guarding and distributing now all of our resources. The government, the police, all authority will collapse as you know it, and the people with the biggest power and the most guns and the most people behind them will be in charge of the grocery stores, the gasoline, the fire, and the people and the electricity and the things that we need to survive. Most of us will most likely perish, okay? Because who needs police when you can have a bunch of amateurs with mismatched camo pants trying to keep things in order with their AR-15s, okay? Your cars, your automobiles, forget it, okay? They'll be set on fire. They'll be set on fire by bands of angry children on the hunt for food. Forget about your dream road trip. You'll be lucky if you can keep a shopping cart in one piece, because that's how valuable the scrap metal will be. Welcome to the scavenger's life, my friends. You'll be rummaging through garbage like it's a Black Friday sale at those $5 bin stores. You'll be rummaging through garbage like it's the $5 bin Amazon pallet return stores that you see on TikTok, but there's nowhere near where you live, so you can't really participate, but you have to live vicariously through that one guy who found that one working Xbox 360 on the $5 day, and he got a hell of a deal when he flipped it on eBay for $80. You know what I mean? You're gonna be scrounging for scraps. Those mice that we're capturing and letting go out into the field this winter because all the construction's pushing them towards inside of our house that lived, we'll be cooking them over the fire because we're grateful for a little bit of meat that week. You'll be hungry. Living in tents will be for the rich, not the poor. You'll be the lucky ones if you have shelter at night. You'll be walking 10 to 11 miles a day from state to state because chunks of the existing states will be then broken up. We'll go back to colonies, we'll go back to that, and we'll have states within the states of the United States after it falls. You will walk 15 miles a day just for water from your daily cardio, turning your life into a post-apocalyptic fitness program that you're not getting from Planet Fitness. It will be a judge-free zone. And the best part about all of this is choosing your friends based on who you can trust at any given moment is how you will survive. It's like speed dating, but with survival instincts. Your new BFF might be rifling through your supplies at night, testing your commitment to their newfound friendship, and then you may or may not have to decide whether you have to take deadly and forceful action against them because you no longer have the rations you thought you did for the next 24 to 48 hours, okay? But fear not, because most of you who do survive will become masters of the apocalypse. Minor surgeries, easy. You'll perform them on yourself, your kids, and anyone else in your ragtag group. Stitches, administering medication, and even dealing with rabies will be considered is your crash course in the post-apocalyptic healthcare. Who needs medical school when you have survival instincts? You'll be able to do these things on a given dime, and you'll have to, or members of your group will die. You'll become a jack of all trades: fishing, agriculture, farming, storm patterns, irrigation, because in this brave new world, survival is not just about scavenging. It's about becoming a walking survival encyclopedia. And all of this while listening to the soothing voice of JoJo Siwa as she breaks down what it was like to be a child and now teenager and now adult celebrity in the eyes of America, and how many bows she sold in the JoJo Siwa bow collection, and why she got the tattoo 1031, because it's two ones on the end and numbers in the middle, and on the stupid show that she's on that she's so tough for completing and competing in, her number was 3, and it's Halloween, which is her favorite day, which is also the day that her podcast comes out on the Do Good Network on iHeartRadio, and she couldn't be more excited for 1 to 2 seasons after iHeart decides that they don't want to give her any more money for this podcast that didn't get millions but only hundreds of thousands of downloads. You know what I mean? Maybe, if you have it downloaded already, because the electric grid will most likely not be in existence. And if the electric grid goes down, 90% of the population has gone within the first 90 days. I'm pretty sure is the statistic. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be bad. In this post-apocalyptic world, where loose nuclear weapons and underground military bases are as common as Starbucks on every corner, you will find solace in the tales of how JoJo Siwa came to claim her fame. Because let's face it, even in the darkest times, you deserve to know the behind-the-scenes secrets of the Dance Mom show, the JoJo Siwa show, her time as a dancer, her friends, her relationships, and all the juicy details that happen along the way for this girl to get her first $1 million and her Tesla with her face on it. So, my dear friends and listeners, as you face impending doom of a society in shambles, take comfort in the fact that the American entertainment system will never fail you. You will have this podcast and many, many more while you're out trying to set up a legitimate government of your own and secure a few nuclear bombs and a few AR-15s, even though you denounced them your whole life. Now, you know what I mean? As soon as this pops off, I'm going to have to be a gun owner. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You'll get just a little glimmer of hope. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe you'll be one of the ones lucky enough to survive and tell the tale of how, binge listening to celebrity podcast saved your life in the new world order. Stay entertained, people. Stay alive, and may laughter be with you in these trying times. And that's pretty much where we're at. That's pretty much where we're at in the world as it stands.